He's a good dude. He's a good guy. I don't want to make this video, but I have to. And the thumbnail, it says I feel bad. I do. I really feel bad in making this. But when this story goes down the way it has, when the past few weeks have been so bad that we have all the developments we have seen with the Edmonton Oilers as of late, when the story gets this down in the dumps, it reaches this much of a low point, you kind of have to do your due diligence. You kind of have to serve the people and say, hey, this is going on. So today we are talking about the Edmonton Oilers' former main number one goaltender, Jack Campbell, a guy who had recently got sent down to the AHL and whose entire career with the Oilers has been just totally disappointing. Like, there has been no success here for the Oilers. I guess you could say during the 2023 playoffs when he came in relief, he was all right. But aside from that, this is a $5 million AAV goaltender that goes on till 2027 that was coming off of some very good goaltending in Toronto and that Ken Holland just gave the bag to as a result. Did he earn the contract? You could say so, you could say not. There's a debate for that for sure. But when it comes to the Edmonton Oilers and the way they have used Jack Campbell, it was not great. The defense in front of him, not great. The defense in front of him this year, even worse for some reason. As a result, Jack Campbell and his .873 save percentage and a .450 goals against in 5 Edmonton Oilers games was sent down on waivers. He cleared, nobody claimed him because why would they? And as a member of the Bakersfield Condors in the AHL last night, Jack Campbell started his first AHL game in, 5 years? And absolutely blew it. This guy seriously went out there and had another total dud of a showcase, and I wanted to tell you all about it, but first, we have to explain some of the context here. So, in the video wherein we talked about Campbell getting sent down on waivers in the first place, we titled this video, How the Canucks Broke the Edmonton Oilers, and the thumbnail was all, I don't know, edgy is the right word to use. It was kind of funny. I just decided to put the clowns in there because it painted a really interesting type of image, but Jack Campbell and Stuart Skinner suffered their very early season awakening as to how bad things would go to the Vancouver Canucks. The first 2 games for the Oilers were against Vancouver. The Canucks ended up dominating in the first game, winning the second game with a pretty miraculous type of showcase out of Casey DeSmith too. But both Stuart Skinner and Jack Campbell sucked in these games, and for Jack Campbell specifically, that lack of success carried over into so many future games. The guy just could not stop a beach ball. It was bad. But I would say it was all started from Vancouver. The Vancouver Canucks set the tone for the Oilers this season with the first 2 games of the year where McDavid and Draisaitl didn't do much and where the goaltending completely stunk. So, Stuart Skinner remains in the NHL. They don't want to put him on waivers because he's probably going to get claimed. The guy was a Calder finalist last year. And you have Jack Campbell getting sent down instead, $5 million AAV, as we talked about, and he starts his first game in the AHL in 5 years last night against the Abbotsford Canucks. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this, aren't you? The building in Abbey goes wild with chants on Campbell's name. They're chanting out Campbell, Campbell. Early on in the game, it's puck drop. You know what it is, Thursday night. And the fans in the AHL are taunting this $5 million AAV goaltender. And it gets worse, even worse, because not only does Jack Campbell lose the game 4-1, but he lets in 4 goals on 20 shots, bro! He has 16 saves and 800 save percentage in this game. And it's not even just the save percentage that was bad. Because there was one particular goal that was scored here. It was Nils Åman's second of the night, I believe, where it is just the worst play possible. I mean, Daniil Klimovich is in the corner in the offensive zone. He throws the puck to the face-off dot near side, where Nils Åman just kind of lightly takes it on the backhand and throws it towards the goal. He's trying to settle it down, but it bounces off of his stick in a weird way. The puck then slowly gets by the defender, it goes towards Campbell, and Campbell, with his skate on the post, ends up deflecting the puck off of his pad and in. That is the worst goal I have seen scored this year. AHL caliber goal. AHL caliber goalie? Nah, dude, that doesn't even belong in the AHL. Do yourself a favor and look at the clip on Twitter. I'm not putting it here because it's copyrighted material. I'm just looking at the pictures. But this puck goes so slowly on net, and Jack Campbell doesn't handle it. Dude, this guy's confidence must be down in the gutter. This is why I said I feel bad. But I do. Oh, Lego, you feel bad? Just don't make the video. Well, we can't not make the video. This is big news. This guy at $5 million a year, who has already been super hard on himself in Toronto, in Edmonton, now he's in the AHL. Everybody is down in the dumps on this guy. Everybody's supporting this guy. Of course, they want to see him succeed again, but there's just no reason that we have to go out there and give him the benefit of the doubt. Here are some of the comments made by Jack Campbell regarding this game. He says that he felt like he was playing well. By the way, this article written by Lachlan Irvin, big fan of his work. He's a great follow on Twitter. Let's go out there and read some of the comments made by Jack Campbell. He admitted the last 2 days had been tough to process. Pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty hard on myself. I think that's pretty well documented around the hockey world. I felt like I was playing well, I had some confidence, but obviously the numbers were not good enough. So it was nice to get out there tonight, even though it didn't go quite as planned. The decision by the Oilers to send him down also caught him off guard. He goes out there and says that I was pretty surprised, not gonna lie. You know, it's not been fun up there so far this year. We're working through it and obviously looking to get the results going, and hearing the news was very difficult. There are a few extra comments regarding the main Edmonton Oilers and their attempts to bounce back. It's all pretty cliche stuff, nothing you haven't seen before. Link is going to be in the description if you want to go ahead and read the article. Also, I'll leave a link in the description to the terrible Nils Åman goal that kind of defines just the identity of this situation here. How Jack Campbell was supposed to be great, now he's in the AHL allowing terrible goals. In response to the game, though, he goes out there and says, hey, the AHL's a tough league. There are a lot of guys who have the skill to play in the NHL. Sometimes you just need an opportunity or a break. And you know what? I'll agree with that there. Nils Åman in the Abbotsford Canucks is definitely good enough to be playing in the NHL. It's just Teddy Bluger and Pia Sutta are much better options right now. They're just better players, so I can understand why Åman is down there. For now, though, Campbell is just taking things slow. One game at a time, one practice at a time. Tonight was just about getting out there. A lot of emotions, a lot of nerves. You want to play well for the group. For me, it's about staying with my details. I have some things I've got to keep working on to get to my next level of game. And that doesn't change whether I'm here or up in the NHL. So I'm just looking to have some fun, fill up my game, and just keep getting better. And yeah, okay, I hope he gets better too, but so far the sample size has not been great. 800 save percentage in the AHL. Dude, this is the guy's first AHL game in 5 years. And he goes out there with that dud of a performance. They lost 4-1. Abbotsford had their heyday joking around with Jack Campbell in the crowd. And now you gotta ask, like, what happens from here? Obviously one game is one game. Obviously Jack Campbell is not gonna have an 800 save percentage the entire time he's in the AHL. He's bound to bounce back somehow. Right? Right? I mean, we talked about the first few games of the season where both Campbell and Skinner allowed 4 goals on 16 shots. I mean, there's an upgrade there. Campbell allowing 4 goals on 20 this time in the AHL against the Abbotsford Canucks too. How poetic is it that it's freaking Vancouver and Vancouver's farm team that are causing so much turmoil amongst the Oilers fan base and Jack Campbell's numbers? Like, the coincidence is insane. But let me know your thoughts either way in the comment section below. How do you feel about this entire situation? Do you feel as bad as I feel? I'm not gonna lie, part of the reason why my human side is kicking in is because Jack Campbell just seems like a pretty alright dude. We've seen the comments he's made over the past few years. He's an alright guy. He's very humble, maybe too humble, maybe too hard on himself at times, but this is a kind dude that definitely doesn't deserve to be the face of all of this turmoil and this terrible story in Edmonton. It's unfortunate, but he happens to be one of the main guys involved. Because at the end of the day, it's not his fault that he got paid $5 million a year by Ken Holland. That's the Oilers' fault. and they're sucking right now. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Jack Campbell's AHL debut going as poorly as it did against the Vancouver farm team? This team is haunting Jack Campbell in both the NHL and the AHL. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.